And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country.
Welcome, everybody. Another week here at the open mic, Saturdays, 8 p.m. S. Dot, you're looking good, girl. See, you're looking sophisticated. What's up?
VP over here, you know what I mean?
The presidential debate is here. The Manchurian Candidate. Want to thank y'all for tuning in. It's Most Fila Films. It's S. Dot. It's Jay. We here. So what we're doing here is we're giving you guys our top four topics that if we were presidential candidates and nominees, what will we do to help the world kind of get through, you know, all this turmoil and all these high price gouging and all this. So we're here, another week of the open mic. Want to thank y'all for tuning in. Hey, S-Dot, the mic's open. Let's open the mic, girl.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So y'all know how we do here first. Scorpio astrology. We want to tell y'all about yourselves and how y'all need to get through this week. So this week, today's actions could start a vicious cycle, but be careful out there, Scorpios. Be very careful. That's short, but sweet, S-Dot, right?
Straight to the point.
Straight to the point. It just means, yo, Scorpio, watch what y'all doing out there. Make sure y'all doing the right things. So, 4 topics. Me and S-Dot gonna break it down as the presidential nominee. My first topic is economy and price gouging. Obviously, things are out of hand with the way prices are and everything. You know, there's no way that a state like PA and states like North Carolina are still under the $10 minimum wage, which is psycho ludicrous. Like, S-Dot, how do you take care of a family, how does a single person even live off of $8 an hour? You know how that happens?
You can't. It's already a proven fact that $8 an hour does not even cover the price of 1 month's rent.
Right. And just imagine if you got kids, like numerous kids, you know? So, yeah, like first thing we do, I don't care what governor, what mayor is out there in PA. I'm not listening to nobody until they raise the minimum wage. Everybody's been talking about it, but nobody's done it yet. The minimum wage needs to be raised across this country. I mean, $10 an hour ain't even a lot. Like, we should be like 12 in the teens, right?
I agree. I think 15 minimum wage should be.
That's how it should be. If you want to look at how things cost, yes, that's exactly how it should be. But we got states like North Carolina, PA, a lot of East Coast states, South Carolina, I think. Look it up, people. The minimum wage is under $9. So we got to raise that up. The more money people make, the more they spend. That makes sense, right? As far as, you know, giving immigrants a lot of all the, you know, I don't know anything about it, but there's word that an immigrant could come over here, sign some paperwork, get $1,000 in food stamps, get this medical, gets that medical, this medical. You know, if we're going to do that for immigrants, we have to be able to do that for our single mothers and single fathers out there. You know, we got to, as Americans, we should be able to get the same that someone else that's not even a citizen should get. So we got to definitely cut down on that or wipe it out altogether. Make them work just like we got to work and allow Americans to have the same benefits as immigrants, if that's going to be the case. Like, they're putting tariffs out there on companies that are really taxing. Well, we're going to tax the hell out of the big businesses instead of the average person. You know, these big businesses like Walmart, and Costco's and all these big companies are making billions of dollars. So if we tax them a little bit and be able to raise the middle class, then you think they'll still be able to survive that stock on like $1 billion? Walmart gonna be all right? They're gonna be all right.
They'll be fine. They'll be just fine.
They'll be okay, right? Yeah, exactly. So that's what we're doing. We're raising the minimum wage. We're allowing the benefit that the immigrants get with food stamps and everything, and giving those to a lot of single parents, especially with kids that are trying to feed kids. It's a rough life out here. Taxing the heck out of businesses that are price gouging Americans, and we're gonna put, if they are price gouging, like, I mean, S. Dot, I know you love your Smirnoff. Your Smirnoff has gone up for real.
I know.
She took a side like, I know, but I'm still gonna drink it. That's my shiznit.
I'm shade.
That's my, and like, yo, I went to get a Black and Mild cigar. Like, the cigar is triple. Like, they want $2 for a cigar. That's crazy. Like, so the companies that are price gouging, we at the open mic, Most Fila Entertainment, as presidential nominees, we are taxing and putting extra tariffs on them companies. They're gonna pay more. So I guarantee you they bring that price back down. You know, like S. Dot, it's like supply and demand. You know, they know we need something, so they tax us, right? Because they know you need toilet paper, so why not pay $5 a roll, right?
I don't even want to talk about paper products right now. They are out of this world.
Ridiculous. Man, look, you know how much I love my sandwiches, girl. You know I love my Zeps and my hoagies. You know where I'm from. Do you know how much lunch meat and cheese is, dog?
You right.
Shit. I cussed it. Yo, I refuse to eat salami and capicola.
Yep. There you go.
God, I need my roast beef and my turkey, dog, and my smoked and my turkey ham, my ham, my honey ham, girl. So that's what I would do. As I'm raising the minimum wage highly, like you said, 15 an hour. That's where everyone should be in this whole country. We taxing big businesses. We making everyone gets the same kind of things that people get when they just come to this country. And, you know, we really taxing the hell out of price gouging, try to make sure we can raise the middle class and lower class and, you know, make people more wealthy, be able to take care of their families. So, yo, let's talk to the stars, S. Dot. What you got?
Shout out to my Capricorns. Y'all are next. Control your desires. Immediate gratification perceives immediate regret. Check yourselves.
That basically, that's all it is. Check yourself. That's right.
Check yourselves.
So,
We're going to talk about how we're going to change these gun laws and give more school protection.
S. Dot, do you notice something? You know what's funny about that presidential debate between the two candidates that just came up? If you watch that, you notice they didn't have any questions about gun laws.
Yeah, I think that's a serious topic this world needs to talk about.
They don't want to talk about it, but I just wanted to put that out there before you went into it. Go ahead, speak to the people.
So, I mean, I talked to, Babe and I talked about this, and he gave me a little more insight. The school protection part, I know so many women who are homeschooling their kids because most of these schools aren't protected how they are. Now, the schools that need it, got it, but the schools that don't have it, don't have it. And I feel that every school should either up their security or start actually paying attention to your students, because there's signs before things start hitting the fan. Y'all are proven to ignore this. Look at what happened at Penfield Middle School. My sisters go to the North Penn School District, so yes, I'm up on top of that. Y'all had all the signs, and y'all did nothing about it. And when that kid beat that girl with his Stanley Cup, all of a sudden it's a problem. Y'all had no intake before then.
Right.
So I'm definitely going to protect my school, protect these kids, because they're the next generation and they're what matters most.
Facts. Gun laws. How you feel about, we are gun owners. Obviously they will see the merch that comes out. We love our guns. We play all right. We love our guns. We know how to use our guns. We are licensed carriers, both of us. So we follow the rules about it. But how do you feel about So a lot of schools are getting shot up with AR-15s. You know, it's a military style rifle. We would like to have one if we don't have one already. But do you think, truthfully, that those AR-15s should be available to just anybody in this country?
Personally, I feel like it don't matter what gun. They're going to find a gun regardless how to get it. And I feel that it's not the gun that's the problem. It's the person. The gun didn't cause anything. The gun is just simply a thing.
Right.
It needs a person behind the trigger to actually do damage.
Right.
Now, the part about learning about your gun safety, handling it correctly, you know, storing it away from children, making sure that they can't get into it. Granted, your child gets older, you know, you want to teach them about gun safety, good for you. Absolutely, because I definitely agree on that. You need to teach these kids if these guns are going to be in your house, but you also need to make sure that they don't know where it is.
X. Yeah.
Or pay attention to your kid when they're giving you the signs.
Now, on that note, we just had a shooting where the kids, you know, the parents are buying these kids AR-15s and stuff. If you got a child under the age and you buy them an AR-15, is it okay for you to go to jail for what they do? Do you think these parents should have to pay the cost for giving access to these guns to kids?
Absolutely. You should have never bought that gun for your child. If they're not 21, no. We all have to go through the same procedure. So just wait. There's difference between getting grandfathered into the firearms and buying an underage a gun. So do the crime, do the time.
Hey, what? You all heard that, bro. Like, yo, as presidential nominee, Esta said, do the crime, do the time all day. Now, my thing with the, you know, it's the school, you know, I got a little one in school. You know, it's I would hate to be a kid, you know, in school right now because it's dangerous. Shit is really dangerous. But at the end of the day, schools need, you need three things. Each school in this country should have three things. Either guards, if you can't afford a guard at the door that's there, checking bags, looking at this, looking at that. Metal detectors. I mean, we from Philly, we see a lot of metal detectors everywhere. Like, you know, Norristown didn't have metal detectors, but, you know, there's a lot of schools in Philly that had metal detectors in the 90s. I don't understand why every school in this country don't got metal detectors. It's a simple thing to buy. It's really simple. As far as the ARs, I'm with you. It's just a gun. They can find an Uzi or something else to shoot, you know. They can find an extended 30 clip mag 9mm in it, and yeah, it doesn't do what an AR does, but you can still kill a lot of people with 30 bullets in a mag, you know. Basically what we're saying is we're going to choose our youth over the firearm sales, because a lot of that, the reason why they don't like to talk about this gun stuff is because it's all about that paper. It's all about that money. Guns cost a lot of money. We buy a lot of guns in this country. And it seems like
our Second Amendment, so it's not like you can ever take that away from us. Just do your part.
Right. We got it. As much as we love our guns, we got to love our youth as well.
They're our next generation. They're what's taking over this world when we're gone. So you need to train them properly, teach them. The last thing that you have on this earth is your knowledge. Make sure they learn properly. Teach them the good ways, not the bad ways.
That's a fact. So, moving on with the stars, Pisces. The Pisces, you require a different outlet to get you out of this funk. How about something visceral? For Pisces, it's kind of like, you know, maybe choose something different. You guys going along the same path, choose a little different path, Pisces, you know, try to reach your goal up there. So, next on the list as presidential nominees, I would tackle taxes, making the rich, you know, building up the middle class to build the middle class up to the rich. Now, I think the thing nowadays is they want more rich people than they want more. Obviously, in this country, the more rich people are, the more richer the country is, right? The more money people spend, the more money businesses make. But the idea that you cut out the middle class and build up the rich and build up the poor makes no sense. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you can't have, you're not going to get rid of middle class people and make them richer. You're going to make them poorer. You know, there's only a certain amount of people that can be rich. You're just not going to just wake up in the world and be like, oh, look, I'm rich. You're going to wake up and be like, oh, snap, I'm broke. You know, that's what you're going to do. So the goal, Stop, tell them, you know, what's the better chance? You waking up with 1 million in the bank, or you waking up with negative $10 bounce checks?
Listen, I can only dream big, okay?
We only dream big, but we know what the reality is.
Yeah.
So we got to build up our, we got to build up our middle class. We got to build up our poor. We got to get people off the streets. We got to get drug addicts help. You know, when people go to jail, instead of sitting them in a cell all day, you got to give them, degree, classes, degrees, build them up. You got to, give them, especially addicts and stuff. We need to be able to have, there's so many, it's a big addiction in the US, there's a lot with fentanyl and all type of shit. We got to be able to not only just lock these people up for what they did wrong, but also be able to put them back on the streets and make them be good and be able to flourish, So we got to build up our middle class. Now, as far as taxes and things, the middle class and us, and people that are workers and people that own their own business, they getting taxed. But you walk around here and you see these. Now we love sports. We love the professional athlete is getting paid just crazy amount of money. Like the dude Juan Soto from the Yankees just got $700 million. Like you hitting a baseball, bro. Like I get it. I love sports, but you got all these athletes and all these billionaire companies, but these teachers are making like $20 an hour.
Less than that.
Like, yeah, like the teachers should be the most highest paying job, one of the most high paying job, as much as doctors. Don't you agree, S-Dot?
I do.
So what we're going to do is, unfortunately, if you're a professional athlete and you're making now, mind you, I played sports. I know about the grind. I'm in the gym all day. I know about the grind that athletes put in. But again, it's the same thing as question one, statement one. If if we're just taking a little bit of money from these big companies, then they're still millionaires. They're still living a life, living a best life. But at the end of the day, we can make that money and put it to the middle class and kind of build them up a little bit. That's the goal, So how do you think, what would be your thing, S-Dot, as far as building up the middle class? If you had to think about some key thing or one key thing, what do you think what's one of the things you would tackle as presidential nominee?
I mean, I stand with the teachers. Yeah. They teach our youth, and our youth is the ones that are taking over our generation. So why are these teachers getting paid $15, $17 an hour?
Right. You can go to Walmart and McDonald's and make that.
I feel they're highly important. They're teaching our youth.
They might be the most important. Doctors and teachers might be the most important. They build your youth and they save your life.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So as presidential nominees, we would definitely tackle the middle class. We would raise minimum wage, and we would make sure we take care of our teachers, right?
Right.
Yeah. Well, let's talk to the stars, girl.
Let's talk about Gemini and Cancer. You have opinions and ideas, and you're not going to stay quiet. Greed or envy inspires a boundary outreach.
Deep. That's deep. That could be deep.
Yeah, could be.
Could be deep. Yeah. So at the open mic, what's your second thing you would do as the presidential nominee? S.
Goes along with what we were just talking about, education and college funding. So number one, obviously, I'm going to give these teachers a raise because they're teaching our youth. They're responsible for this next generation, so they deserve more money than what they are getting. College funding, college isn't for everybody, and I feel that the way that they are pricing it is a little out there. it's definitely the same amount as a mortgage, and there's no reason why somebody should be paying that much.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should definitely lower the college tuition. And I feel that, if y'all decide to go to college, good for you. I'm proud of you. Y'all are doing big things. But once again, college is not for everybody.
Hell yeah, yeah, yeah. And just jumping in on my end of that, and this is what exactly the only thing I could say about college fund is, do you know in different countries, they
pay for you to go to college?
Yeah, and they're college free.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It's in the taxes. You people pay taxes to let their kids go to college for free. It makes sense if you build up your youth, then you build up the minds, then you build up their jobs, and you build up your upper middle class, right? That's what we've been talking about.
So, this next generation.
Yeah, college ain't for everybody, but if you want to go to college, 9 times out of 10, you can't afford it. But what I'm saying is, let's do what other countries do. This country should have free college, community college for any American kid born here. Free community college, mind you. I ain't talking about Michigan, Ohio State. I'm not talking about your top schools. I'm talking about community college, your neighborhood college, right?
Yeah.
And the way we can do that is, again, through what I just said as far as the taxes. Okay, if we taxing, billionaire hockey teams and owners, and we taxing Walmart, billionaire companies, we can take that money, we could put that into taxes, and now all of a sudden, hey, just because if your kid graduates high school or even get a GED and he's focused, he or she can go to community college for free.
I mean, typically community college is a way to go anyways, because you can get your gen ed classes there, and then it's not as much going to a university.
Right. Yeah.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, and when we say free college, it doesn't even mean college. It means like trade school too, because that's the most important thing. A lot of people don't go to college now. Now the smart thing is to go get you a trade, bro. For real. Tell them, talk to them, Esther. So what we would do here as presidential nominees is we would pay our teachers, raise that price up, and we would make trade school / community college somehow either free or like drop of a dime, like cheap. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So moving on at the open mic, we got Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you're tired of waiting for others to get it. Don't get mad. Go back to the drawing board. I like that one.
That was a good one.
That one. Yeah, that's dope. So just like if they not understanding what you're about, show them a new way, right? You already know. So moving on, we're going to go to the third subject for what would be, if we were the presidents, Esther, what would we do? How would we tackle things? Because you never know. We love y'all at the open mic, but we might want to branch up and go to the next level. We would look good on the television talking that. Oh, I don't know nobody that could go against us in the presidential war room. So I'm just saying, man, y'all stay tuned. You never know. So my next topic is foreign affairs and the military. I'm gonna keep this real short and sweet, it's a lot of things you got to study in the military and the foreign affairs that we really don't know about. I'm gonna just say we gonna mind our business. We gonna only stand on business. Quit trying to be buddy kissing these other companies, and stand up and just stand and be great. Period. Like certain wars we don't belong in. Like why do we got to send our kids over there to go die for a country that ain't gonna go send their kids to die for us? I mean, and I don't know as far as the military and females. I know, I've never been in the military, so I can't really speak on that. But I think a lot of females, a lot of gays in the LGBT community, you know, kind of get a raw deal for the military. I'm not sure if that still happens, but I seen somebody, I know we're gonna mention a few names on here, but I forget the dude's name, but he came out and said that women should not be in the front line of defense for the military. As Dot, I seen a picture of you holding that cannon. It looked like you can hold your own on the front line of the military if you were there.
I could, and I owe that all to my mother. You know, she's an Air Force mom. Love her dearly. I give her all the credit in the world. She's been on 3 tours, and I know for a fact that she was frontline. I know for a fact that she can hold her ground, and I know for a fact that she deserves everything that she got. All her promotions, all her awards. I stand on that, just like I stand with any other veteran. Thank you for your service.
Let's clap it up for the veterans, though. Wait. Shoot. Salute to the vets. And yeah, a woman can shoot you down and pick you up off of that ground and save you just like any other man can on the front line. So whoever the guy, I don't know who said that, but at this point in 2024, that's blasphemous, you know, because women could be superheroes. My dad was in the Air Force as well, so we both, you know, military kids. We know what it's like to be and have Air Force parents. So big ups to the military. And hey, it's the open mic. Yo, as presidential candidates, we giving y'all how we think, you know. And obviously, when we start getting people on here, everybody has got their own opinion and this and that. So
they're entitled to it.
And they're entitled to that. They're entitled to their vote. Real quick on this, I just want to say there's a lot of family members that been beefing, a lot of friends been beefing over this whole government situation, all this election stuff. At the end of the day, now that the election is over, I'm gonna ask people, are they still your family? Are they still your friends? Now you see how silly the whole argument was. At the end of the day, everybody got their beliefs, everybody got their goals and stands, but you got to put your family and your friends over government. Come on now. Like, quit it. Stop it. So what's next, Esther? Let's talk to the stars.
Aquarius. A loved one may yield to your choices because they don't want to argue. Put your frustration to the side and check in with them.
Read that.
What you just said.
I like that one. I like that one. That one's dope. Check in on your family, right? Look, wasn't that just what we just said? Like, now that the election's over. Yeah.
Not to mention everybody's entitled to their own opinions. It shouldn't neglect how you treat them. Right. Let them have their own opinions and just go about your day. Nothing changes.
That is the key word is nothing changes, right? Like, we still here. You still got to go to work. You know, we still don't have that 10 million in the bank yet, but it's climbing. The open mic, we here. Like, the business is climbing. But, you know, yeah, you're right. So if you were the presidential candidate as that, what would you talk about on your third type?
We're going to talk about immigration and our safety.
Big fact, big key, big moment here.
I will let it here first. I stand on business. I do not care what race you are. I do not care what color you are. Just come here legally. Do the right thing. We already got to work hard as Americans. We work in triple as hard just to afford our lives. And I feel not only that, some of these immigrations don't have the kindest heart. We recently just discovered wasn't recent, it happened about a year ago, this student at school, her name was Hannah. We say their names. She was brutally attacked by an immigrant who came here illegally, and now they are finishing court. So come here safely, do it legally, please.
Yeah.
Life ain't easy over here.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, there's so many stories. There's bad stories. There's again, that's that, you know, we gotta play both sides of the field. There's good stories. Like, at the end of the day, and the key word is come here and do the right, allow the right immigrants to. That's what I think what we're trying to say. Like, We don't want the hoodlums. We don't want the gorillas. We don't want the crack addicts. The pushers, the hustlers. We don't want them there. We got our own. You know what I mean? We got cities, streets filled with them. So, again, this country is based on is the backbone of this country. A lot of it is immigration. A lot of people have come here. If you've ever lived, I've lived down south. I've lived in Texas. I've seen, and then you driving around SDOT. The only thing you see out there is Mexicans working, cutting grass, making however amount of money, and they live in their American dream. They supply, helping their families. They're doing what they need to do, but they're working immigrants. They're doing the right thing. They're coming here doing the right thing. This country is, if people want to sit here and say that all immigrants don't need to be here, a lot of people aren't going to do these immigrant jobs. Okay, the United States is built on the backbone of different people and different colors and different people, nationalities coming here and doing their thing. There's a lot of people that aren't from this country that did a lot of great things here. So we want to say at the open mic, just come here, find the right immigrants. It's easier to been said than done, but because things can get dangerous. Like you live close to, like you live near Texas, close to Mexico, close to the border. You live in Miami. It's a war zone out there sometimes, And then now, my thing with the immigration. And we can go on and on about the immigration because it is a deep topic. It's a topic that, a lot of people stand on business and a lot of people, have feelings about. I'm more of, like we said in the beginning of the show, as far as an immigrant can come over here and not really have to do much, get food stamps. We got to pay through our taxes. We got to pay for all that. But then you don't give it. Say Esther has a child. She's a single mother of 2 or 3, and it's hard for her, and she don't get the same amount of food stamps, and she's a working mom and an American. It just doesn't seem right. So we got to be able to separate that. But it's a lot of it has to do with the drugs as well. Like the fentanyl the outbreak of fentanyl is ridiculous in this country, and I don't know who let that over here. Like at the end of the day, we keeping it real at the open mic. Our country has some good and some bad things, but the fact that we allow fentanyl to come over into this country the way it is, I don't know, mate. Like I said, like I told Esther, we're going to end up having like a part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5 to this, because people got to explain to me how we got all this fentanyl in this country, but we control everything that comes in this country.
Right.
So if you want to blame that on immigrants, you can do that. That's your opinion. But if you want to blame that on our government allowing things to go down and not, taking care of us and protecting us and just looking at dollar signs like guns and tobacco and fire and drugs, that's another thing. So, it's a lot, S. It's a sad situation. Like I said, you know a personal situation, and we gotta. Hopefully, things will be different going forward. I feel like it's kind of like the same thing as the immigration. I put the immigration in the same boat as the gun laws. You know what I'm saying? We got it. If you get an AR-15 or something, you need to be background checked for real. Like if you got some mental issues, we can't just be giving you assault rifles and you mentally off, right?
Right.
If you're an immigrant and you come in here, you need to be thoroughly checked. Your background needs to be checked. If you got felonies wherever you at, you can't come here and get more felonies.
I agree.
So that's how we do it. As Doc, I like that one. Immigration safety, that's a big one.
Let's talk about the stars.
Yeah, let's talk about the stars. Aries, let go of the grudge. Payback strategies should be reconsidered. Oh, Esther, how you like that one?
I hear it. I hear it.
I know.
not an Aries, but I know sometimes I can hold a grudge, and payback is never the right answer. Two wrongs don't make a right. You know, this is growth. Two wrongs don't make a right.
Yeah. That is, yeah. But nah, I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. I mean, at the end of the day, nah, I'm not gonna go there. So we're gonna move on.
That for your last topic then.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out a way to make it not, but we on our presidential shit, we can't, everything's got to be for the country, for the good. You know, we got our shades, yeah, so we can't, nothing negative, but at the end of the day, let go of that. You don't need to retaliate, because retaliation leads to more retaliation, and then people get really hurt. So a big thing with some people, and a big my last one here as the presidential nominee, climate control. Now a lot of people can care less about climate control. A lot of people can care a lot about it, because if you don't notice things, the world, hurricanes, everything is getting worse. I've seen a movie called Interstellar. I don't know if you ever seen that movie yet, Stott. It's called Interstellar, right? And just to give you a breakdown of it, it's a movie and it's really what's going on right now. The world we live in, they're saying is going to be inhabitable in however long, whether it's, water, ocean rising, whether it's all type of stuff like that. But in this movie, so the world is starting, it's just gas. You could just gas leaks everywhere. And it's just, so they got to find a new planet to live on. And then with the guy, you got to see this movie. I know a lot of people out there know about Interstellar. So
I'm definitely about to say, babe, we got to watch this tonight.
Oh, this is a movie that will have your head spinning, because what happens is Matthew McConaughey is the star in the movie, great actor. He's a pilot for the military. They get him to go in a spaceship. They get him to go check another planet, because we need to go live on a new planet in the next 100 years. We need to find a planet, which they are doing now. They are looking for other inhabitable planets that we can live on, and has oxygen and water and such and such. So he goes over there. He leaves his daughter. He leaves his daughter. His daughter's like 15, and his son. I think he leaves both of them. And he goes and does this thing to save humanity. And then he finds a bunch of stuff going on, and all this crazy stuff that's in the universe. And then he comes back, and obviously, when you go out in there, time moves different, right? So he comes, and his daughter's like 20 years older, and he's like 6 months older. So it's like, that's all I'm gonna say. You got to see it. It's really dope.
What's it called?
Yeah, you got to see it. Interstellar. But the movie, basically, getting back to the subject of climate control, it's just saying that eventually this world is going to be inhabitable. Like, we won't be able to see it. Maybe our kids won't be able to see it. We got to be able to study, like obviously hurricanes and everything are getting worse. It's Mother Nature. It's a lot of things we can't control, but a lot of things we can control. I hear about the word fracking from a lot of presidential nominees, and that's a lot of drilling. And as far as I know about fracking, it's an extreme form of energy production, endangers our health and wildlands. So when people say they're not good with fracking, as far as I know, if anybody in part 1, 2, or 3 wants to come on here and talk about fracking and actually has their scientific knowledge about fracking, as far as I know, it endangers our health and our wildlands. And without our wildlands, we have nothing, So climate control, we just need to do more testing. Do we need to put billions of dollars in climate control? Probably not, because at the end of the day, we can't control this planet regardless, whatever. Remember when they used to tell us in school, Estot, about the ozone layer?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, and how it was like ate up. And I know we're different in ages a little bit, but they told us that when we were in school. And then you heard that when you were in school. Now we talking 15, 20 years of ozone layer. And now I wonder where our ozone layer is now. I mean, we've done a lot of stuff to this world, and it's Mother Nature, and some things we can't control. But I think climate control is really important because we want to be able to be here for a long time, or if not, then we need to be on our interstellar-ish, and we need to go find another planet where we could just be floating and just doing a podcast while we floating like, yo, that's
That'd be pretty dope, not gonna lie.
So you got any, what do you feel about climate control? I mean, is there anything that we can do? Is there anything I keep looking up and seeing chemtrails a lot. I don't know if you know about the chemtrails. A lot of people are big into climate control and conspiracies and stuff.
I mean, I feel like this overpopulation has a lot to do with it because you're wrecking our farms. I love our farms. I ain't gonna lie. So I feel without this world, like you definitely need more farming because that's where we get most of our food. All of our dairy comes from there. Like all of our meats come from there. The more you take away from these farms, the less we have to give for this overpopulated world.
Can we drink to that? You got a drink?
I do.
Toast to that. That was that was dope. And you know what's funny? You in the city, I'm right out here in the freaking next to the freaking farm, and you come up with the farm stuff. That's what's up.
Listen, baby's originally a farmer, so I mean,
that you know what? We got S. Man, and that's good that she understands that. That's a key, and I didn't think about that. Yeah, you got to be able to take care of everything, especially if we're going to have homegrown stuff from the U.S. and America that we don't have to get super taxed on because it's coming from different countries.
That's right.
We have to be able to have our own farms. We have to be able to have our own vegetables and this and that. We don't want that stuff shipped from different countries. Who knows what's in that shit?
Not I.
That was really that was good. Take care of them farmers. Show your farmer. Next time you drive and you see a cow, throw him some snacks, some grass or something. Right?
Love them cows.
Of those cows. All right, Scott, we closing in. Well, what you got? What you got for your last topic in astrology?
Don't forget, you're up.
I'm up. The bull. Oh, we just
let's go.
Farm animals.
You're tired of waiting and you don't care who you inconvenience with a hasty decision, except you may have to care later when you'll have to answer for your attitude.
Got to take a drink on that one.
I'm going to say you heard that.
Well, I heard as soon as you got halfway through, I took a drink on that one. One more time so I can hear the beginning.
You're tired of waiting and you don't care who you inconvenience with a hasty decision, except you may have to care later when you'll have to answer for your attitude. Ain't that crazy? Because last episode, it was about my attitude. Yeah, now it's your attitude.
Well, as a Taurus, I know we have our attitudes. We have our horns, and they come out and they go in and they come out. But I think I'm at a point in my life as a businessman, as Jay, as CEO of Most Fila. I don't have time. I don't dabble in no BS. I don't do none of that negative vibe. Your vibes are bad. I don't even put myself in that no more. So I don't have to apologize to nobody. Okay.
Stand on business.
Standing on business. I'm helping people stand on business. And I'm just a motivator and somebody that tries to lift people. But I'm not perfect, but I ain't apologizing for standing on business.
Period.
So as the presidential nominee, what's one of the things you would change as the chief?
LGBT rights.
Oh, big one. That might be immigration and taxes might be the biggest three.
It's definitely a hot topic. And like I said, this whole thing is about standing on business. And I have gay friends, I know a couple transgenders. I love y'all regardless. You don't do me dirty. That's cool. You know, you understand I'm not part of that, but I support y'all. I don't feel that they should have less rights than we do. I feel their rights should be the same. You know, marriage laws should be able to change for them because it's not dabbling in our rights. It's just you want to get married to your significant other. Okay, cool. Let them. Why does it matter to us so much? It's their lives, not ours. Love is love at the end of the day. Let them be peaceful.
Love is love. Light is light. Yeah, be peaceful. You're right. Yeah, a lot of LGBT people watch this show. Shout out to from the open mic. We love y'all.
Yeah.
It's okay to be different. It's okay to be who you are. You know what I mean? Like, don't let nobody tell you who you are. And you're right, S. Dot. There shouldn't be different rules and regulations. You know, city of brotherly love. You know where we from. Like, when you go downtown, down South Street, City, Philly, and we got little rainbow things on our street corners. We've been in the 80s, 90s, you know? We rep, like, Philly. Philly is one of the gayest cities in the United States. And you know, I got a lot. I know, some of my best friends are bisexual. So, and I don't change. Look, that's just you. You know, it's like this. That's not just when you shut your door and you go home. You're you. You live. You okay. The way you live is the way you live. Just don't. If you know that it's not okay to bring it to somebody else's door, then you got to respect somebody else's door when you get there, right? Peaceful. Just be peaceful. My only thing with the LGBT is, and I got a daughter coming up, right? And I'm not going to accept her going to the bathroom with a man.
Now, I can agree on that. I think, you know, children shouldn't have to do that, especially in public settings. You know, that's unacceptable to me. I would never want my sisters to go to a bathroom with a man. You know, other places are making the unisex bathrooms or the transgender, however they're wording it. I don't want to say it wrong, but they are making separate bathrooms for them. And I think that's okay. You know, that's a good idea. But I feel you should be mindful of the youth.
We have to really, at the end of the day, LGBT, they should be treated just like us, right? No different, right? We're not saying that at the open mic at all. Nothing we're saying you can even define that as what we're saying. What we're saying is, let's have a little common sense with it, though, right? Like, I mean, unfortunately, well, this is tough. It's in sports, right? In sports now. Okay, you got a guy, you got someone that was a man and now he's a woman, right? And he's going to play a woman's sport, and most men are dominantly bigger and stronger in the sport, and now he's just the most dominant player. He's a teenager and he's the dominant, or he's in college and he's the most dominant player in his sport, but he's still a man, right? Like, we still have to understand that, yes, you can be whatever you want to be, but at the end of the day, it's like a tough slope to slide on, because so if you acknowledge yourself as a woman, but you're a man and you're 6'7" and you're playing college basketball, you know, should you be able to play with the women, or should you be able to, or you still considered a 6'7" man that acknowledges himself as a woman, right?
It's a tricky subject, honestly. And I don't even know how to go about it.
Well, we at the open mic, we get to the bottom of it. So
I think that should definitely be a different episode, because we can go more in depth in it.
That's definitely, like I said,
all of it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have different chapters to it. But now the sports thing, that could go either way, because it's sports, you know, at the end of the day, you know. But the bathroom situation, having unisex bathrooms, I don't think we need to go that route. You know, it's a lot of things that go on in high schools and middle schools now that's dangerous. The last thing we need is somebody, you know, that's claiming to be a man, or claiming to be a woman, but still has man tendencies. You know what I'm saying? And,
Right.
you know, has something like, it only takes one situation at a school to have a unisex locker or a unisex bathroom, It takes one situation for that whole thing to blow up. You agree?
All it takes.
It only takes one. So why even go there? Like, at the end of the day, I stand on, and it's not like they need to have their own bathroom. None of that. It's just the mixture, and then we just need to be able to keep that separate. But other than that, every single gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender deserves any single right. They breathe air just like us. You know what I'm saying? The open mic S. Look, we over here with our presidential. Yeah, I see you got your pink on. You got the. Oh yeah, we just need a podium. You know? We need a gavel and a podium, and yeah, you know what I mean. And
legally brunette up in this election. Don't you worry.
That's right. You know what I mean. And we keeping it $100. We standing on business, but we also got feelings too. We just not going to just come out here and just say what we think. We actually trying to make a change and make a dent in this world, right?
Right.
So scrolling down with the astrologies, we got the Leo lion. Speaking of the gavel, speaking of the Leo lion, all lion. Put yourself in another's shoes today. Tensions run high, and temperance is be quiet. Ooh. Oh, put someone else's shoes on today, I
heard that.
I like that one. That was a good one. That we talked about that last week. You know, about putting shoes on different feet, and I feel like that's how we get problem solved, right?
It is. You have to look at it from all sides. It's not just one side.
Yeah. What you got for Virgo this week, though?
Virgos, don't stew in repressed energy. Work yourself up to let it out.
Don't stew in repressed energy. Work yourself up to let it out. Yeah, I like that. Live your best life, but live it. You know, come up like a water fountain, real slowly. Yeah, that's right.
Right.
Last astrology for the week, Libra. Exploring your chemistry could be a lot of fun, but this connection. Is it healthy for everyone? Oh, that's a rhyme too. They out here rhyming on the astrology. I like that.
Bars up there.
Yeah, they over here spitting bars. So exploring your chemistry, you know, is it good for? It's good for you, but is it good for your partner, your loved one? You know, is it good for your mother or your father, whoever you live with and spend time with? You know, is it good for them?
Right.
Yo, as the presidential nominees, I think. If anyone wanted to step to the open mic with us, they better have, first of all, they got to have a swag on tilt. You already know that, right? It can't even fashionably. But secondly, they got to have a mind right. They got to have a facts right. And they got to really be for the people like we are, you know?
Exactly.
Yo, so it's Most Fila ENT. Y'all know what it is. Look, check out The Flight every 2 weeks. Check out the Man Cave Media. Big shouts out to Industry Sports. All my homies doing their thing. S. As the presidential nominee, any last things you want to say to the people for them so they can go ahead and go out there and place their vote for us?
I'm definitely purging, so y'all should vote for us.
We definitely purging. Yo, S. said we definitely purging. Oh, you wow.
We now, talking about taking down the rich and building up our middle class. The only way I see fit is we got to purge.
We got to purge. Now, when we say purge at Most Fila at the open mic, we not talking about killing. We talking about we harassing. And we coming to take we coming for that paper too. We need some of that rich money. Right? We coming to get it. And as if you gonna purge somebody, this is the only thing that when we become presidents and we allow purging, the only way you can purge somebody is you have to have your receipts. Like
I come with receipts. Don't you worry.
If you have your receipts and they deserve purging and you have documentation, purge on, dog.
Can you see my PowerPoint? Gotta keep this whole electional thing, okay? I come with my PowerPoint.
Got the PowerPoint, bruh. Like, don't let her stand on business. Click.
Period.
Yo, purging. We definitely purging. And the good thing about the purges, if you get purged, you deserve to get purged. Because somebody got it. Because after the purge is over, you got to go to court and you got to bring your PowerPoint and your papers and your receipts and be like, yeah, this is why I kicked in all the windows. Because they've been harassing me.
The windows through your car.
Right. You know who I'm purging first. Guess who I'm purging first. What did I say last week? Guess who I'm purging first.
We ain't going there. She don't need to know, okay?
I'll be like, yo, son,
Seats.
right now, get out of the house, son. I'm on my way.
I'll get the PowerPoint ready.
Yeah, get the PowerPoint ready because I got mad receipts. I got child support receipts. Nah, that don't count. I'm just playing with y'all. Yo, Norristown, Philly stand up. It is your host, the open mic, S. Sia, J. Hey, S. Let's ride out on them. You know how we end it.
You got your business?
Hell yeah. You got your health?
Absolutely. You got your friends and family?
All day long. You got your strength?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hey, we blessed.
We thankful.
Yeah, you know what I got to do now?
We love y'all. So like us, share us, love us.
Open mic!
I pledge you that we shall neither commit nor provoke aggression, that we shall neither flee nor invoke the threat of force, that we shall never negotiate out of fear, and we shall never fear to negotiate. Terror is not a new weapon.